This is Julia. I have a ton of mini paper pads here. Can you guess what project I am joining in on? Not formally, very informally this year, of the Mad for Minis project that's going on. And it's where you're taking your 6x6 or smaller paper pads, because I have some 4x6s in here and I have some 6x8s in here. But you're taking them and you're getting some use out of them this year, right? And so that's one of my goals, is to put more of a dent on these this year. I had them all in a like fridge bin sitting up on a shelf, and it just got so heavy to bring up and down. I put them into this drawer, but they're putting a lot of pressure. These are, you know, the Michaels drawers, and they're not meant for things that are this heavy. So my thought process is, I need to get a bunch of these used up so that I can move this back into a smaller fridge bin and put it back on the shelf like I had it before, because this drawer, like I said, is just not meant to hold up. So here in the front, I have some banker's envelopes. I think they're called cash envelopes. Yeah, they're nothing fancy, and so a lot of times, let me find, I haven't put any on in a while. Like on the back of the paper pad, I will glue them on there and then put all the scraps from that in that envelope. See, all of those are scraps, because I really like everything contained. Sometimes I will leave the larger pieces inside, not always, and it really depends on what I have left. Look at this Heidi Swapp. There's a ton back there in the back, and there's not a whole lot left in the front. You know, so goal this year, use that up. And I have lots of these. I have some just plastic envelopes in here that the product came in, and so scraps go in the back of that. And so it's not, even the 4x6s I do the same way. I put two of them there, and then I kind of crisscross them so that the scraps will fit. And yes, I do keep long slivers of paper with those, because I use a lot of these for card making projects, but I want to use them more for scrapbooking this year. So my goal, and I think this was a Mora inspiration, this whole use the 6x6 mini pads. I think it was her. That's where I saw it, on her channel. And then of course I followed a playlist, and there's a whole group of people doing it. I just put in Mad About Minis, or Mad for Minis, on the search bar, and a multitude of videos came up. Not all of them scrapbooking related, but what you can do is you can go to Mora's, or oh, what's her name? She goes under State Goddess. Anyway, she's got a huge playlist on hers as well. And so you can get the drift of what people are doing. Like I said, I usually use my 6x6 a lot for card making, but this year, you guys know I have done the Allison Davis project before. I never finished it completely, but I'm working on that this year, and I've got a set of papers in with that I want to get used up. And then I figured I can start this and do at least one layout a month, hopefully more than that, with whatever paper pad that I pull from here to work with. So let me show you my first project. I'll move this out of the way. So I have pulled in this Echo Park This and That collection that I had. It started off with 24 double-sided papers. You can see I don't have anything back here in the back because I put everything inside here. And this is what I have left of this collection. Yep, I've used that much. All of those are scraps. And then I have two full-piece 6x6s, right? A little bit more because they have the branding strip on them. But this is all scraps, and two 6x6 pieces. That's all I had in this, but I refuse to get rid of it because I love this whole collection, and I have kept every tiny little bit and piece of that collection, right? So I want to use this to create a layout. So I went through my stash, found a couple of photos of my granddaughter, and then I found this piece of paper from My Mind's Eye from the Life Stories collection, and it was plain on one side and had this on the other side. It's like a shopping list and a recipe card thing, and how you do it and how you rated it. I'm not going to use it for cooking. The photos don't have anything to do with cooking, but I'm going to use this as my background, and then I'm going to use these papers and scraps on the foreground to create the layout. As you can see, with that distress fill of this and the older distress fill of the papers there, I think it's going to work out well, and then this will be killed for the year, right? So that's where I'm going with that. I haven't necessarily gone through my stash to pull out any embellishments, but what I did do, I have my embellishments and papers and everything left from the collective kit that I created in 2020. You heard that right. I created that kit in 2020, and I've kept it together because I keep using it. Every time I think I'm going to pull it apart and put it away, I find another layout in it. So I have it all contained right here, right? So you can see up here in the front I have tons of embellishments, and this just goes down. And I have used it recently on a layout. So you will see, you might recognize some things in here that I have maybe pulled. There's washi tapes, there's stickers, there's die cuts, there's wood veneers, there's floral images, there's flares, puffy stickers, there's bling, there's chipboard, letter stickers, flat stickers, chipboard, yeah, all the way back into paper in the back. And this actually had a 4 by maybe 6 by 8 paper pad with it. And I think I've used it up. I don't see the, nope, that's stickers. I don't see it back here in the back. But there's my scraps, right? That's the scraps that I have. And you can see I have used a ton of those. And then this is what is remaining of 2 full paper pads of paper right here. This is it. Just those few pieces right there. So I have hung on to it. There's my branding strips and thin strips. I'm going to use whatever I want to out of this bin to go with the layout that I create with the Echo Park paper pad, because these collections, most of the embellishments match pretty well. So that's where I'm starting. I'll try to remember to hit the record button as I go through the process, but I've not been the best of remembering to do that. So work with me here, people. I did pull in a couple of tools this time. I pulled in this label maker because I figured these scraps would probably make decent size labels. And then I pulled in this paper edge punch that I have. So I pulled both of those in to use. Now whether I use them or not, I don't know, but I thought I need to get more use of my tools, so I pulled them in. Yeah, so stick around and I will show you what I Okay, I'm done, friends. I pulled out my We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dile corner chomper. I used the 1/4 inch corner rounder with this, and I did use my EK Success ticket maker. I used a couple little pieces from this bin, and I used a couple, 1, 2, 3 brads from here, 6 actually, 2, 4, 6 brads from here. I used a title from here. I used a label from here, and then I used the chipboard pieces, 1 heart from each page here. So that's everything I used. Here is the layout that I created. I did pull in a piece of paper from my collective kit, this black and white one here, but these scraps here, behind these 2 images, and here and here and here, this piece and this piece, those are all from this 6x6 paper pad, and this is what I have left of it. I still have quite a few pieces. I don't know necessarily that there is enough to create another layout, but there could be. And I am just so attached to this color scheme. I'm gonna hang on to it for a little bit more, y'all. I know, I've lost my mind. I have all these tiny little scraps. I don't know what I'm thinking. So I want to do a couple of layouts from a kit that I have put together a while ago, and it is a retro type kit, and I think it's from, it was also created in 2020. That one was created in July of 2020, and it's more like a heritage type kit. Anyway, a lot of these colors match in there, and so I'm going to hang on to this because I want to do a couple of layouts from that kit for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life next month. So I think I'll carry this over to next month and see if I can finish it off in working on a layout for that. But this layout is done. It is one for the books. I will take some close-up shots and put them at the end of the video if you're interested in watching or looking at those. This was a little piece that I found in the collection that I had already put a little enamel dot on here, and it is one that had thanks on the end of it, and rather than tucking the thanks in, I just cut it off. There's those 2 chipboard pieces. There's my title. It says Smile Made with Love, and then this says Family. I used my corner rounder on this bit where it says Bless This Nest. I had another small little piece embellishment here. I used a branding strip to do my journaling on there. And there's some more. Why do I always manage to smear when I use my Sharpie on these labels? Good grief. And I put the brads here and here. Anywho, another layout done for the album, and yeah, if you like what you see, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next layout. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.